So we're gonna get started with. We're gonna get started with first. When I got into the contest to go to Ghana, I had to write like I think a 2,500 word essay, which I had not written an essay in I don't know how long. So that's the first thing y'all gonna see. Hey y'all, I'm gonna tell my story about how I got to Ghana, but y'all know I'm not really a storyteller, so bear with me. And I posted the funniest videos. I'm so ashamed, but I'm just gonna put them out there again anyway. Hello, everybody. All my sisters that I'm so grateful for. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I really am. I'm doing I'm entering the contest for the trip to Ghana. And so this is my video. Who am I? My name is Kimberly Renee Patrick, born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. I'm a mother, of course, of 5 kids, a grandma. I'm a very sweet, generous, kind person. Emotional as well. Very emotional. I'm 57 years old, and I live in Fresno, California. I live in the beautiful state of California, and I live in the Central Valley. What does this trip mean to me, and what makes me worthy of the trip? I'm not sure if I could separate the two questions or if we're supposed to, but the trip means everything to me. It means first, when I make the trip, the flight alone is going to be amazing because I don't fly. And when I make this trip to Ghana, it's going to mean freedom to me. It's going to mean that I can go anywhere in the world. Once I take an 11-hour flight, I can go anywhere. There's no limits for me. I get to walk on the soil, barefoot, in Ghana, on the continent of Africa. Like, when did we become to the point where we can't walk barefoot anymore? I hate shoes. I love being barefoot. I love it. I want to hug the people. I want to sing songs. I want to learn a beautiful song. And I want to teach them anything that they want to learn from us that I can teach them. They may want to know some things from us. I want them to write in my journal anything that I can read forever and look at all the time. I want to eat the food. And most importantly, I think that Ghana's calling me. I think that she's calling me. I think she's reaching out to me, and I'm reaching back. She's sacred and special. She holds a place on the continent of Africa. Ghana does. And she's welcoming me back to a place where I never dreamed of going or thought about going. So I know that it's spiritual. I know that I don't know how long I've been on here. I know that she's calling me, and I'm gonna go. So whether I'm worthy of going or not, I know that she wants me there, and I know that I want to be there, and I would be most grateful if I won the trip. I'm just gonna take it all in. What I can bring back. There was another question. Hold on, I can't remember. I don't know where the paper is. Hold on, y'all know I can't see that good. I don't remember. What makes you worthy of the trip? I don't know if there was another question. I got lost that fast. Anyway, I'm going to Ghana. And I'm going to love it. I'm going to hug the land. I'm going to lay on the dirt. And I'm going to play with it in my fingers. You see these? I've had them since 2017. All my little crystals. Right? The jars. I'm going to take these with me. Just so they can charge. Just so they can go through the land with me. I'm going to sprinkle a few on the soil and leave them there. They're like, maybe I'm leaving a piece of myself there. Anyway, thank you. I'm at 5 minutes. Bye.
Good morning, everybody. How did the passport traveler even get to Ghana? Well, I'm going to tell y'all. I know there's like 1,000 of you between YouTube and TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. Well, my old Instagram that they stole. Some of y'all know how I got to Ghana. And it's so many people who don't know the story, even though there is a video way down in my like 2001 videos. So, and I'm gonna try not to get off track because y'all know I'm not a storyteller. And I will start, and I get distracted, I'll start talking about something completely different. So, I was originally in this group of black women called the Sacred Woman Group, where we studied Queen Afua's book. But I wasn't studying the book at the time because I had already studied it like maybe 5 years prior. So this group was just for the people that had studied it. And it was a place just to meet up with sisters and talk and just fellowship. We didn't do nothing specific. Every now and then we would have like challenges to do. If there was somebody that, okay, for instance, I had a problem with at some point they wanted us to ask people for money, and I had a problem asking for money. It was just not something I could do, posting cash apps and stuff like that. So my challenge was to post my cash app my challenge was to go on social media and ask for money. I couldn't do that. So the best I could do was post my cash app. I tell y'all, I think that cash app stayed up less than 24 hours and I took it down. I just couldn't do it. Okay, so that the group was kind of like that. We had little challenges and things that we would try to overcome. That's another story. Why it was about money. It wasn't about me. It was about somebody else. The money wasn't about me at all. Okay, so in that group, excuse me, one day out of nowhere, it was 70 of us in the group. It was called the Blood House. One day in that group, we logged on, and one of the ladies in the group, she was not the leader or the group starter or nothing that, she was just somebody in the group. She got on and said that, guess what, we're going to Africa. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, we're going to Ghana. And I was like, why will we go to Ghana? Why would we go to Africa? I didn't even say Ghana. Why would we go to Africa? They don't like us. They come over here. They treat us like shit. They're cocky and arrogant, and they just don't like us when they come over here. And she said, no, Kimberly, it's not like that. We're going to Ghana. And I said, what difference does that make? Because growing up, we're just taught about Africa. We don't hear about Cameroon and Ghana and we hear about Nigeria. We don't hear about Ethiopia and Egypt. We just basically hear Africa's not a good place. Africa's fucked up. It's a third world country. So she explained to me that Ghana is full of really humble, kind, nice people and blah, blah, blah. So after a couple days, I'm like, okay, I'll go. So she ended up telling us the price, and there was only 30 seats available, something like that. And then she put out a contest. So I entered the contest and I won. The contest was she would pay for that, the trip would be paid for. So I won the contest, and in fact the trip wasn't paid for. The only thing that was paid for was my flight from Jersey to Ghana. That was all that, and back. That was all that was paid for. I had to pay to get to Jersey. I paid for my own hotel and food and all of that stuff. So the trip itself was not paid for, just one flight. That's how I got to Ghana. So we all met in Jersey. Me and 3 of them met in San Francisco. We flew out of San Francisco to Jersey, and the goal was to everybody from all over the United States. We met in Jersey. Then we met in Jersey. We stayed overnight in Jersey at an Airbnb. And we stayed all that next day because our flight didn't leave until I think at 9 o'clock at night out of Newark, New Jersey. We took the flight and got to Ghana, and I was planning on just, taking my shoes off, walking in the African soil. We get off the plane, and there is no African soil. It is not dirty or dusty, or it doesn't look like a forest or the woods. There's no poor kids. There's nothing going on. It is a big city with concrete. It's a beautiful airport. It's concrete. It's tall buildings. There's no soil. It's beautiful grass. We ended up in Accra. So Accra is the capital, and Accra just did not look like what I thought Africa would look like. We ended up getting our yellow fever shot in the airport, and then we exchanged our money in the airport. From there we went to our supposedly hotel. We pull up at this place, and it looked like a homeless shelter. Everything in the room was concrete except the beds. The tub is concrete. I've never seen a concrete tub. Everything's concrete except the toilet, I think, and the beds. Like, everything was concrete. It looked like a homeless shelter. Except downstairs, it was like this cute little bar area and a swimming pool. So I'm like, what is this? And she said, well, this is called a hostel. And I thought this would be y'all's best first introduction to Africa, to Ghana. And I'm like, but this wasn't on our itinerary. Mind you, we had to pay a $500 house fee, which covered our entrance fees to whatever sites we were seeing. It covered the driver, the van, like our welcome meal. But $500 was a lot. When I realized how much $500 was in Ghana, that was a lot for all of us to pay. So, yeah. Now, that's probably not a lot today, 3 years later, but yeah. So we ended up at this hostel. I don't know what a hostel is. I had heard about them, but I had never been to one. So that night, we ended up getting in a swimming pool. I don't know how to swim. Y'all know I don't fool with water, but the girls convinced me to get in and like lay on my back, and they was helping me float, and they actually let me go, and I was really floating, but I didn't know till after the fact, because had I known they let me go, I probably would have panicked. So we had a good time. We ended up getting drinks, and we had a little too many drinks, so we had a really, really, really good time. We go to sleep. We wake up. Did we stay there? We stayed there one night. Oh, we first got there, we had our welcome dinner. So at the welcome dinner, it's 7 of us and our driver, which is 8. And we sit at the table. They brought us our food, which was all African food, like fufu, whatever you wanted to pick from the African buffet. They from the African kitchen, they brought us. And they put 4 bottles of water on the table. And there's 8 of us, so we're waiting for our cups. We're not eating because we're waiting on our cups. And a lady came and she said, are you waiting on us to bring you cups or glasses? Because we don't do that. You just drink out of bottles. And we just, as Americans, kind of looked at each other like, what? 8 of us is going to share 4 bottles of water? So I felt like this. If they do that, fine. I'm in Africa. Let me live like the Africans. I was there for the experience. And so we just shared, 8 of us shared 4 bottles of water. And we still living to tell about it today. So after that, we go upstairs. After that was when we went to the pool and everything. We go to sleep. We wake up the next day. It's time to leave. We get out. We have breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast. I don't think I wanted nothing that was there. I didn't eat the breakfast. I'm just getting introduced to African food, and I see that I'm probably not going to like that, but I have no idea what I'm going to eat. I don't know yet that there's no American food really there. I'm thinking we just going to leave and stop by McDonald's or something, grab me something to eat, a Subway sandwich or something. We leave, and we're going to our next place, and the next place is this lady the lady that planned the trip. You need something?